the 3 things that you should be buying is access, assets, and information.
Oh, that's good.
So access to get in the right rooms, right? And then information, because I believe that knowledge isn't power, applied knowledge is power, so we need to apply this stuff. And it's like, yes, I want to be able to be in the right rooms with the right people, having real conversations that are going to impact me, my future generations, and other people as well, so that we can all get to where we want to get to. Because poverty is not my portion. Yeah, just start. Right? So Les Brown said it best. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. And I think that once you figure out what it is that you really want to do and what you want to teach people, just get started. We procrastinate, right? But imagine if you got half the things that was on your to-do list done. How much further would you be, right? So because you conquered that and you've mastered that, now you're able to pass that down to your child. We have no time to wait. We have to get things done now. So that is the true definition of breaking a generational curse.
Welcome to another episode of Access Granted, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs who are killing it in their industry. I'm excited because, y'all, I had to beg for this interview. I had to say, Kay, Coach Kay, please come give us the digital marketing game and the TikTok game. So, Kay, welcome to Access Granted. I'm excited to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Absolutely. First podcast. Literally. And I've been asked so many times.
I am honored. Thank you so much for trusting me.
Absolutely.
Let's dive into this game. Before we dive in, tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So I get the amazing opportunity to be able to help other entrepreneurs monetize off of their knowledge and their expertise. I strongly believe that they should be getting paid off of their genius and not always their grind. Right? So I help them put together their knowledge that's all up here, put it in a digital asset and sell it. And I like to say assets because assets produce income, right? Sometimes products can sometimes sit on the shelf and we don't want that. So that's what I do. Yeah.
That is so good. And I personally feel like everyone who has a skill or knowledge should bundle it up and make sure that other people know that they're amazing at what they do and should teach it. So you show them how to take all of the information and knowledge that they have, put it into a digital asset and go monetize it.
100%.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I want to dive straight in.
Yes.
How do I even do this and how do I get started? You hear people online talking about making 6 and 7 figures with ebooks and everybody should do it and go to Canva and ChatGPT, but nobody really gives like the game or the sauce on how to do this, how to price it, how to sell it.
Yeah.
Where do I even start?
Right, absolutely. The main thing is you have to get clear on what it is that you want to be helping other people do. So my whole thing is you don't necessarily have to be the expert at it, but you want to help at least the person that's 3 steps behind you get to where you are. So I would say sit down, brainstorm all of the things that you're great at. What are the things that you do every single day? And then sometimes what are the things that people ask you advice for? Start there, because then you can turn all of that into a profitable paycheck with a digital product. I feel like so many entrepreneurs these days, they don't monetize what they know, and the only time they get paid is when they're present, right? But what happens when you can't be present? Does that mean you can't get paid? That is diabolical behavior, right? You're literally building a lifestyle and a business that would completely collapse the second you either stop taking physical clients or you have a 9-to-5 and they fire you or whatever the case may be. So how to be able to put the things that are already in your mind into a digital asset. Start by what it is that you're already doing and what you already know.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I tell people I just had a mastermind in Miami and my students that were there or my community members that were there, I actually explained to them, I made a ebook probably 3 years ago.
Okay.
I still sell that ebook today. Like the information didn't change. I haven't even updated the cover. I probably should. But
okay.
It still sells.
Okay, yeah.
It still sells.
Yeah.
And it was literally just me packaging up the information and knowledge that I knew, putting it down on paper. I didn't really have ChatGPT at the time. I used Fiverr then. Putting it down on paper, and now it's an upsell that literally generates me money. And so as I was explaining this to them, my phone was dinging. It was a sale. So I was able to show them, like, I'm sitting here talking to you, explaining to you what to do.
Absolutely.
And I just sold the product that I made 3 years ago.
Absolutely. That is the definition of forever money.
Forever money.
Something that you made in your past time, and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it still pays you. And I call it the 222 method. So 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years from now, I need to be able to create something that is valuable, that is impactful, and that is going to transform somebody's life here, today, tomorrow, or 2 years from now.
That is amazing.
Absolutely.
You are packed with so much knowledge. So now that I'm clear, I'm clear on what it is that I want to teach. I know what I want to do. What's my next step? You know, I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, just go to Fiverr or go to Canva or use ChatGPT. But what would Coach K tell me my next step would be to really just do my 222?
Yeah. Absolutely. We're going to go to ChatGPT.
Okay.
ChatGPT is my best friend. I've been able to generate 7 figures off of that beautiful app because it really does allow you to be able to take your knowledge and expertise and pair it with ChatGPT as well. And I always say you're going to take those two things, you're going to put them together and make a baby. Not the baby you got to take care of, but the baby that's going to take care of you.
That's
okay?
Good.
And so once you're able to do that, it's like, okay, you have ChatGPT and you have your knowledge and expertise. We put this thing together and now I can have something that I'm able to turn into a PDF and sell it to thousands of people. So ChatGPT is an input-output mechanism, right? What you put into it is what you get out of it. So you want to be able to give it some really good prompts so that it will give you the information that you're looking for to be able to make that powerhouse.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you teach entrepreneurs? I know you teach them, you know, how to monetize, but do you teach them more about how to leverage ChatGPT and how to actually create this digital product and actually sell it and market it and advertise it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I can never give you the steps on how to create it and don't teach you how to sell it. I think a lot of the times we have the best digital assets or digital products, courses, and things like that. But if we don't know how to sell it and market it, then we're going to be back at stage one, you know, creating something that is not bringing us any more revenue. So I have to teach you how to sell that bad boy.
That's good. That's good because there's so many people who say, oh, just do an ebook. Just get an ebook.
Yeah.
Everybody should have an ebook.
Yeah.
But nobody's really showing you how to really market it. And some people just don't know, right? But I watch you all the time on TikTok.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to learn the TikTok space. I'm more of an Instagram girly.
Okay.
And I kill it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, when I get on TikTok, it's just like violins playing.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, let me find somebody who's already doing it.
Yeah.
And so I watch you on TikTok and you provide so much value.
Thank you.
In your lives. Like it's
you.
like game changing.
Thank you.
And you're pouring into so many hundreds of people at a time. But then you're really teaching them the value of marketing and advertising and having the digital product. And you're always just connecting the dots and just really showing these people what to do. So I'm telling you, I'm a student when I'm on there. I probably need to get into the community, but I'm a student when I'm on there because I'm like, this is like amazing. And I'm watching her do the thing that she's selling. Some people just sell and they're not doing the thing that they're actually selling. So what are some different ways or strategies that I know you do a lot on TikTok, but what are some other ways that you are pouring into the people who want to work with Coach K?
Absolutely. So besides TikTok, I do have my school community. So I'm able to give them hot seat coaching and things like that inside of that community so they get a little bit more of Coach K. I'm also on Instagram as well, but I'm going to say TikTok is like my holy grail. That is my one hitter quitter, I say. That's the one that I tend to go to the most. I'm trying to get into YouTube, but that's the one I tend to go to the most.
Yeah, I feel like with TikTok, I feel like people wake up and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna spend some money today.
Tens and thousands of grands, might I add, okay? It's something about the TikTok individuals. They are hungry and they're thirsty for knowledge, right? And so everybody is saying that we're in the biggest wealth transfer, right? But I believe we're in the biggest information transfer because that's what leads to the wealth. Like your information, your knowledge, and your wisdom is what brings the wealth in. That's what brings in the transfer. And the individuals that are on TikTok, they will sit and listen to you all day when they feel like you have some type of knowledge or expertise to help them leverage to get out of whatever situation that they are in. And so sometimes I'll go live on TikTok for maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And people tell me, Coach K, I've left with 8 pages of notes. I have so much information. And I'll tell them, screenshot the notes in the chat, because I'll say something and I'll have them type it in the chat. So by the time they get off that live, they got 20 or 30 screenshots to be able to refer back to.
Wow.
Because I want them to take home something right here and there that you can implement very quickly.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Every time we connect, you give me a different gem or different nugget.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
Oh,
I love that, because
yes.
I'm definitely going to make sure I incorporate that when I go live on TikTok. You're going to see me live on TikTok. You're going to be like, my girl.
Absolutely.
So TikTok is another strategy that you're using for marketing and advertisement. But what are some other things that you have incorporated or seen some success from with growing the Coach K brand?
Yeah, so live webinars, I also do that too.
Okay.
So I used to go live every single week, like one time a week with a live webinar. I would get a lot of individuals inside who were ready to learn and things like that. And I would give them the same value that I give on TikTok. So that was a big thing. Creating content on Instagram has also been good for me too, as far as like my reels and things like that. I'll do some short form, some stories. Stories sell very well. I like to say the stories is kind of like the commercial, and then your feed is like the TV show. So your feed is very cutesy, very demure, very classy. But once you get inside of that, your stories, you get to dive a little bit deeper, get a little more intimate with them. They get to get a feel for you, get the behind the scenes. You get to ask them questions and things like that. And that'll also pull people in, because I noticed that a lot of the people who follow me they tend to be a little bit more emotional, because I'm emotional, right? And they'll say, Coach K, what you said today, it really impacted me. I felt that. I needed to hear that. And I get a lot of that in my stories.
That's good. That's really, really good. So I think a lot of times on social media, we see like the success, right? You see people posting the glitz and the glam and all of the amazing things. But what are some challenges that you faced with building the brand, and some obstacles that you've had to get over to be in the space where you are now?
Absolutely. It took me a minute for me to just believe in myself that I could even get this done, right? Yeah. I feel like a lot of the times we have this, I don't know if you want to call it imposter syndrome, where we feel like we just can't do it. And then we stop our own success, and we let our mindsets kind of stop us from getting to the next level. And so for me, it was like, okay, I can do this. I can put myself out here. I can be consistent. I can get this done. That was the biggest thing for me, was shifting my mindset, because for a long time, I didn't think people would listen to me.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think people would listen. I didn't think people would care enough about little old me. And then I just started sharing my story and things like that. And then other people were like, hey, you made me feel like I'm not alone. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start talking about this more often, because I share all the time what I've been through, as far as the bankruptcy, the eviction, the repossession. I went through it all. And when I share that story with people, it kind of brings them like, okay, she went through it, so I can do it too. So the mindset is number one. I'm going to say number two, consistency. Being consistent, locking in, right? Getting to the point where you can do it every single day, because that's where the big wins come from, is being consistent. Like LeBron James is not LeBron James because he shot one 3-pointer. You know, he was consistent in what he was doing day in and day out. So that's another thing that I had to really buckle down on, is consistency.
That's good. I don't think a lot of people like to share, or there are some people who share their story when they feel like it will convert into a sale. Some people are not emotional or have the emotional attachment to where they're sharing it to actually help or show someone that, hey, I did it, you can too.
Yes.
And so I love that you share your story. I didn't even ask how you got started. We dived straight into the game. We dived straight into the game. How did you get started in teaching and coaching?
Absolutely. So I started off in services. I was a service-based business girl. So I was doing makeup, lashes. I'm a licensed brow tattoo artist.
Oh, wow.
So I was doing all of that stuff first. And then I quickly got burned out because you can only take so many people in a day, right? So my income started to cap. And so I quickly realized that I didn't have a money problem. I had a systems problem. I was locked into a system that was robbing all of my time, and it wasn't paying me enough. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start teaching people what I know, because people will always ask me advice on how to stay booked and busy and how to do all these things and running a successful business. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start teaching classes. And that's what I did. So I was like, you know what? I want to get paid for what I know, not just what I do all the time. Because again, if the only time you get paid is when you're present, what happens when you can't or don't want to be present, right? You want to take a vacation off or whatever. And so that's what allowed me to be able, like, you know what? I'm going to start teaching people what I know. And then people started listening. And it kind of worked out from there. So yeah.
I love that you didn't just stay in the beauty space.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when they transition from behind the chair or into the coaching space, they try to just coach people in the beauty industry. And I just had a conversation with somebody inside of my community. I'm like, you're going to put yourself in a bubble.
Absolutely.
You have the knowledge you have can touch any industry.
100%.
So yes, it's comfortable for you to have a conversation with someone else that's in the beauty industry, but imagine how many people you'll be able to impact when you share your knowledge to any entrepreneur. And I love that. I literally just had this conversation maybe about 2 weeks ago. Like, girl, don't put yourself in that bubble.
Yes.
Expand, grow.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. So now that you're teaching others, you're educating others, you're really changing lives. Like you have, what's some success that you've had in your coaching space and in your community?
Yeah, so one of my students recently, she did $200,000 in 11 months.
Wow.
So she started with me in January, 59 years old. She was a widow. She lost her husband and she has a 22-year-old son. And she was working in corporate America for 19 years. And she got with me in the first 4 months, she did $99K. And she was like, I'm firing my boss. And I said, well, go ahead and do it, girl. And she fired her boss, and she has been running her online business ever since. I have multiple six-figure students. A lot of them are stay-at-home moms now, and they get to raise their children, and they get to be with their family, and they sell digital assets from the comfort of their very own couch. And I absolutely love it. I get the, Coach K, you changed my life. Coach K, I'm able to take more vacations. Coach K, I'm able to pay for my husband's surgery. I'm able to do whatever it is that they needed, to do. And a lot of them came from the corporate world, right? So a lot of things that my students are now like putting together is that I don't have to only work for $20 an hour, right? And I say it all the time, if you're making $20 an hour and they're making $20,000 an hour off of you in that same hour, that doesn't disturb you a little bit? That'll make you feel some type of way.
Definitely does.
In the inside, right? But even for us business owners, if we are taking clients, physical clients, lashes, makeup, hair, fitness instructor, whatever, we're still working by the hour. So why not put what you know into a digital asset and sell it so you can get paid whether you're present or not?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Similar thing that I tell the people inside of my community. My first grant that I received was a $500 grant. But it took me 30 minutes to apply for that grant. So like it took me 30 minutes. That was the light bulb moment for me. Like it took me 30 minutes to make $500. I'm working for Wells Fargo at the time. They're probably paying me $23, $24 an hour. I was like, say less.
Yeah.
So I locked in on grants. Eventually, I got a 6-figure grant. They probably took me less than an hour to complete.
What?
And so I couldn't even get Wells Fargo to give me a 25-50 cent pay raise. But another company believed in me so much that they gave me 6 figures to go make my business great.
Talk about it.
And so when I share that story, people are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I was asking Wells Fargo for a 25-cent pay raise. They wouldn't give it to me, but I got a 6-figure grant. They can't believe it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're pouring so much into these companies and corporations. If you could just take that same energy and put it into your own vision, showing up 40 plus hours a week, having a set schedule, staying organized, clocking in at 8 a.m., clocking out at XYZ amount of time, and put it into your business and your brand, you will have a 6 or 7 figure business.
100%. Because their businesses would not be making the billions of dollars that they are making in revenue if it wasn't for the backs of the people who are coming in to their establishments every single week. And then you want to give me a 1% raise in a pizza party. Immediately no.
Immediately no.
When I can go do this for myself. And I think that, I feel as though the 8-hour workday wasn't really made for productivity. It was made to keep you tired. Because if you work those 8 hours, the first thing you want to say when you get off of work is, "Ooh, girl, I'm tired. I'm going to go lay down." And now you have no time to do anything for yourself. And I'm like, we have got to get to the point where we work our 9 to 5, but then we also do a little 5 to 9 for ourselves.
That's good. That's good. What are some things that you do to just make sure you're showing up and you're consistent?
Yeah. So I have a schedule. right? So I'm kind of locking into that. That helps a lot. I also have my brother. He helps me out a lot with getting everything together. So that always helps. And then my community. Like, I want to show up for them, and they kind of force me to, like, okay, Kay, where are you this morning? We need a little motivation. We need some encouragement. So that definitely helps me out as well. Just having my own community of knowing that people are looking up to me and I need to get this done and I want to show up for them.
That's good.
Yeah.
So as you're growing and as you are scaling this empire, what's next for Kay?
Yeah. So I want to get more into podcasting.
Okay.
Right? So I'm glad I have my first one. This has been an amazing experience. I want to do more of that. I have my Knowledge to Profit Challenge that is coming up, where I'll be helping other individuals kind of monetize their knowledge and expertise off of what they know, take their knowledge and get them to that profitable scale of income.
I love it. Tell me more about the knowledge, the challenge, Knowledge to Profit.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3-day challenge. I'm super excited about it. So every single day, we're going to help them with getting their ideas together. So brainstorming, how to be able to package that bad boy and price it properly, and then how to be able to launch it so that when you do get ready to put it out there, you have people that are already raising their hands like, hey, I want that. What you got?
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
So by the time I leave this 3-day challenge, I'll already be clear on what it is that I can do.
Absolutely.
How to monetize it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
110%. Because once you get clear on exactly what you're offering to them, I always say a confused audience will not buy. So if I can help you get very clear on what it is that you're delivering to them, of course we're going to get some buyers lined up for you.
That is next level.
Yeah.
Next level. And you are just doing it. So that's going to be
in February.
So
that's the beginning of February.
Okay, February. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure we have to lock into that. So
Yes,
and make
it's
sure we
gonna be
support that
good.
however we can, because
Thank
many
you.
entrepreneurs, every successful entrepreneur needs a digital product. Somebody wants to know your journey. Somebody wants to know the process you went through, and you should be sharing it no matter what industry you're in.
100%.
Should have that ebook packaged up.
Absolutely.
What other gems or tips can you share on just how to really like take this and go to the next level?
Yeah, just start, right? So Les Brown said it best. You don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. And I think that once you figure out what it is that you really want to do and what you want to teach people, just get started. We procrastinate, right? We get overwhelmed. We have these to-do lists that are a mile long, but imagine if you got half the things that was on your to-do list done. How much further would you be, right? And the year goes by so quickly. It's already December right now.
Yeah.
We have no time to wait. We have to get things done now. And our coach Marcus, the great Marcus Waroja, he said you have to do better faster. We have to do better faster. We have to get better faster in order for us to get to the next level. So I would say implementation starting right away. Do not wait.
And there's no age, right? You just said,
No.
Your one of your students was
59
years old.
Yes.
My daughter's 14. She has an ebook. Yes. And she does TikTok, and she makes she does really, really well on TikTok. But she's selling products, other people's products. But she was like, she looked at her thing and her GV, however much she made. And she was like, I made this company this amount of money. And all I got paid was this. I need my own product. I need my own product. So she created an ebook for other teenagers to show them how to start their own TikTok world and make money and monetize it. And she even included in there, like, when you make the money, what to do and how to market and how to advertise it and how to invest and all of these amazing things. But it just goes to show that there's no age. Like, no age restriction. And all you got to do is do it. And do it scared.
I agree.
Do it scared.
And I want to say kudos to you. You want to know why? Because broken mindsets pass down broken behaviors, right? And I tell my students all the time, what you don't conquer as a parent, your children are going to battle. So if you don't figure out how to make money in your sleep, you're going to work until you die. Your children are going to do the same thing. If you don't figure out financial literacy, your children are going to go through the same thing. So because you've conquered that and you've mastered that, now you're able to pass that down to your child. So that is the true definition of breaking a generational curse.
I agree.
10 out of 10.
Yes, absolutely. We have to pour into these babies. There's so many opportunities out there. I think going into, with all of the resources and information that we have, like, being broke is a choice now. Like, there's just so many ways that you can just go to the next level. And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's so many other ways to just get access to the funding capital and money that you need to scale and grow.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
So what are some other things that you are doing inside of your community to just like educate? And I know you teach like marketing and sales strategies, but is there anything else that you're teaching to just really connect and educate your community members?
Yeah. So my knowledge and expertise is really driven in sales strategy, getting them sales. But I like to hire other experts and like bring them in to teach them other things when it comes to like structuring their business properly and how to be able to use Canva, because Canva is one of the platforms that we use to illustrate our digital product and make it pretty and all of that stuff. So I just had a Canva expert come in, gave a 2-day master class on that. The girls were blown away, because even though Canva is only $14.99, it is so valuable beyond that, because you can do almost anything on there. You can create an app on that bad boy right now. Yeah, so me having other people coming in and teaching them their other expertise that I'm not all that good in, like I want to pull in other people. So that's another thing that I do too for my students.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That you even think of that. We just had a 5-day challenge where we showed entrepreneurs how to use and get access to grant funding leveraging AI. And one of the things that we teach is that you have to have a pitch deck and you have to have a website.
Yeah.
So I pulled up Canva. I was like, you guys can go create your pitch deck on Canva. You do this, you give it the prompt, and this is what you do. And in just a couple of seconds, we had a full pitch deck where we can go out and pitch our business.
Wow.
To grantors in exchange of either setting up a meeting or getting approved for grant funding. And people were like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm not applying for grants that ask me for a pitch deck. And all I got to do is use this app that's $14.99 to do it for me. Yes. So many people are missing out on opportunities because they just don't know. And they're not locked in with the right coaches.
Absolutely.
To teach them and educate them.
Absolutely. I was listening to the Wall Street Trapper. So, he's really big on stocks and things. And he said the 3 things that you should be buying is access, assets, and information.
Oh, that's good.
So access to get in the right rooms, right? And then information, because I believe that knowledge isn't power, applied knowledge is power. So we need to apply this stuff. And it's like, yes, I want to be able to be in the right rooms with the right people, having real conversations that are going to impact me, my future generations, and other people as well, so that we can all get to where we want to get to. Because poverty is not my portion. Not even a little bit.
And proximity is everything. I met you in this room.
Yes.
In a room full of entrepreneurs. Shout out to Nehemiah Davis for making it happen.
Yes.
But met you in a room and then, seen you yesterday and was like, Kay, I need you on the podcast.
Yes.
You were like, no.
Yes.
But we made it happen.
Yeah.
But even in that conversation, I shared with you something that I was struggling with, which was TikTok. And you was like, girl, just do this, and this. And that could potentially add another 6 to 7 figures in my business.
100%.
Once I'm an executor, so you ain't got to worry.
Yeah.
Once I execute on it and I do the thing that you're telling me to do, it's like the rooms you're in, you get in can change your life, but you have to execute on the information you receive.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
This has been amazing.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, if I'm watching this right now and I want a digital product, I'm like, okay, Coach K, and Coach K said I got to have a digital product and I can do this. I know I can. What are your top three-step strategies to make it happen soon?
Okay. All right. So if you're watching this right now, okay, the first thing I want you to do is put it in your mind that you can actually get this done. And then I want you to go brainstorm. So I want you to come up with 5 things that you are really, really good at, something that you do every single day. People ask you for advice on it right here, right now. And then I want you to take that expertise. I want you to go over to ChatGPT and you're going to ask ChatGPT, out of all of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, what are 5 digital product ideas that are profitable that they can give you so that you can put that bad boy together and go market it. And ChatGPT is very good. It's going to tell you, okay, this is profitable. You should do this. You should do that. Because it also uses a lot of data and information about what people are already actively searching for, right? So you want to be able to put all of that information together, and ChatGPT is going to be able to help you do that. And then after that, we're going to go over to Canva. We're going to beautify it. We're going to make it really pretty. And you don't always have to use Canva, because sometimes good old Google Drive does good as well, because people just want the information. And then you're going to get on social media, which is a free platform, and you're going to let people know how you can solve their problem, because inevitably you're creating a digital product that is going to solve a problem for them. And you're going to let them know that you are the solution to their problem on social media, short form content or long form content.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. And I love how it ties into what I teach always. Because the number one thing to getting access to grant funding is being able to talk about how your business is solving a problem. Number one thing. Companies and organizations who have the money and funding for you, they want to know the problem that you have that your business is going to solve, and how your business and your brand is going to be the solution to the problem. So she's telling you that you're going to make money, you're going to create this asset, monetize it, and make money. And I'm telling you, you're going to get access to grant funding just by making it happen. So if you're watching this right now, find a problem, your business be the solution, and it's going to be able to help you elevate and go to the next level.
Absolutely. That's amazing that you teach people how to be able to go get free money. That you don't have to pay back. And I really feel like that's like an untapped world. I know even for me, I never thought about, okay, let me go fill out a grant application and see if somebody is going to give me money to fund my business. I'm thinking I need to go get a loan, a line of credit, go get a credit card immediately, to fund my business. But you're like, no, I want you to go get the free money.
I want you to get both.
Well, both.
I want you to get
not
both.
Either or.
I want you to get both. But and so many people in our space, especially once we get to a point where we're making 6, 7, 8 figures in our business, we don't look at grant opportunities. We don't think about it. But imagine how much more you'll be able to do if you got 6 figures to fund your organization.
Yeah.
And then pour into your foundation as well that you just started. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But just imagine how much further you would be able to go.
Yeah.
If you got access to 6 figures and somebody else's money to really leverage and advertise and market your business and pour into your community and the things you would be able to do for your community and the give bags. I would give about $50,000 to $60,000 out a year in debt-free funding. I want to take that up to the millions. Because I want to be able to leverage and use other people's money, grant funding, to make it happen. So we definitely got to connect on how we can get you some grant money and 100%. Funding for sure, because it's so much out there that we just don't even know
that we don't know about. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. That's just a phone call because I know you're gonna execute on it. So I'm not
immediately.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so I can't let you go without asking you to just pour into the audience. You do so well with just connecting with somebody who's going through a struggle or maybe not having that confidence or that mindset that they can do it. So if somebody's watching this right now and they're like, it sounds good, but I'm still not sure.
Yeah.
Or it sounds good, or I don't have time to start. Or it sounds good, or you know what, ain't nobody gonna buy my book. What advice would you have to that person that's watching this right now?
Definitely. Well, number one, your current situation is not your final destination, right? It's just a chapter in the book. You can still get this done. And at the end of the day, time waits for no one, right? Like you procrastinating and holding yourself back is keeping you from thousands, if not millions of dollars, right? So I tell people all the time, you have to stick to the plan and not to the mood, because the plan is where your profit is. The mood is going to cost you millions every single time, because your mood of fear, your mood of exhaustion, your mood of anxiety, those things come and go, and you should never make permanent decisions on temporary emotions because they're going to fluctuate. They're going to come in and out, right? But you have to keep the faith, right? So I believe in God in everything that I do, and you have to keep the faith, and it has to be over the fear inevitably, because that fear will cost you a fortune every single time.
Wow.
And all you need is the faith of a mustard seed.
That's it.
That's it.
That is amazing, Kay. This has been an amazing episode.
Thank you.
I want you to just look at the camera here and tell them how they can connect with you. Any last piece of advice, how they can connect with you, and what's next for Kay Thompson.
Yes, thank you. So you can follow me on Instagram. I am Kay Thompson. I am also on TikTok. I am the real Kay Thompson. I have my Knowledge to Profit Challenge coming up in the beginning of February, so be on the lookout for that. And I really want you to know that you can get this done. Okay? Don't let the overwhelm, the fear, the anxiety that is in your head right now stop you from making millions, right? If you're working a 9-to-5 right now, there's a reason why your boss pulls up every single day in their dream car, and your dream car is still on your vision board, right? There's a reason why you're going through everything that you're going through, but you have so much more inside of you, and you're going to get this done. If you are an entrepreneur right now and you are always physically doing something, right? I want you to think about being able to get paid without you physically having to be present, because the real luxury is in leverage. It's not in labor, right? So I want you to get to the point where you can Take what you know, bottle up your knowledge and your expertise, get clear on what you want to help people with, and then execute. Because hope don't make you money, habits do. So we have to create habits every single day. If you want to know what your future looks like, it's hidden in your daily routine. So you got to get started today.
Whew, that was powerful. All right, you guys, this has been another amazing episode of Access Granted. I want you to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with 3 people that you love. Until next time.